Hello, Commanders. Automatic Gamer here, and like I said originally in some of my other videos, I was going to make some Battlefront and Republic Commando videos, but before I do that, I just want to go over a little consensus about the games that I'm going to be playing. First off, I'm going to talk about Republic Commando, and then I'm going to make a separate video on talking about why you should definitely play Battlefront 2 and those other games that I that I still love playing and I do want to mention. So first, talk about Republic Commando. Yeah. So first of all, Star Wars Republic Commando. I mean, it's an incredible game from the year 2005, like the golden era, the peak of Star Wars gaming. Yeah, year 2005, developed by LucasArts, just phenomenal game, 10 out of 10. The story is absolutely amazing. The characters are so memorable. The dialogue and everything you hear and see in the game is just really cool. It's gritty. It's a funny game. It's got that humor in there for all Star Wars fans to know, love, and enjoy. It's our only star. The only issue is it's our only Star Wars FPS first-person shooter game. We only have that one game, which is Star Wars Republic Commando, and obviously, yeah, I know, great game, and yes, I would love to see a sequel to Republic Commando. I mean, regardless, I mean, do I think it'll happen? Potentially, I'm not certain. I mean, I know it's over 20 years old now because yeah, it's 2026 and it came out in 2005, but yeah, obviously, yeah, I would love to have a sequel because, I mean, and the only reason we didn't get a sequel to the game was because back in 2004, when they were on the verge of releasing the game, the developers were also working on a sequel to the game being Star Wars Imperial Commando, and another idea being Star Wars Rebel Commando. Which, and also, if you guys don't want me to spoil anything about the game, I would highly recommend go playing it and then maybe going back to this video. But I'm not really going to mention too much about the story because I don't want to spoil anyone who hasn't played the game yet, like me. So, I mean, yeah, and like I said, it's a great game, and the story overall, it's really good. It's dark, it's gritty, it can be brutal, it's realistic in my opinion because it really does have that feel of what happened in that era for Star Wars for the Clone Wars of being gritty, realistic, and the clone troopers on like their first deployment to their last mission to be like you're completely changed from like where you started to now when you reunited with your full squad and now you're on your final mission and you've already been through so much as brothers. And because also, I mean, the main thing that draws people into the game, and including me, is the squad in general. I mean, the story is absolutely amazing and it's incredible, but the main thing that drew me into the game to finally play it was the characters of Delta Squad because I think that's the best part of the entire game. Not only just because it's a first person shooter and you get to play it from the main character of the game, RC1138. Also, a little reference to George Lucas's first movie, THX 1138. I still have not seen that movie. I'm not certain if I'm going to watch it in the future or not, but yeah. THX 1138 or Boss, if you want to call him that, or other than his designation, you play as him through his lens so you get to see what he sees throughout the game. And yeah, being an FPS first person shooter game, it's just a genius way to do it like that. And then you got RC1262 or Scorch, personally my favorite character of the squad, mostly because, I mean, he's the main explosive expert of Delta Squad, and also he's got a little bit of a wise guy, smart sense of humor there, which I absolutely love. You need a character like that to pretty much keep the team uplifted and grounded, no matter what the situation is. Scorch always cracking jokes here and there, even in the heat of battle, and he would often do that even with his other squad mates, specifically RC-1207 or Sev, like I'm going to talk about now. Sev, the main marksman of the Delta Squad, also has a little bit of a different sort of sense of humor because his was a little bit more I would I don't want to say violent, but it's a little bit more of a darker sense of humor because he's got always a thirst for the hunt and thirst for the hunt and also just adventure as the main marksman and the main sniper of the group. Rule number 1: kill them before they kill you. Scorch still my favorite, but yeah, Sev, you're incredible too. And then finally, you got RC-1140 or Fixer. Now, Fixer is second in command to boss in the squad, and he's your main tech expert or your main hacker and by the books guy because he will follow rules to the T. But the most interesting thing is in the game for him. I mean, still great character, but the main thing is for him. I mean, really good fighter, and the squad always has your back whenever you need him. But Fixer, he will never call his. At least I don't think he does. He'll never call the squad mates by their names. He always refers to them by their designation numbers. Like he'll say, going to help 6-2 or going to help 3-8. So yeah, I mean, yeah, they're just a well-rounded and just incredible badass squad. Like, and you can tell that they've been through a lot from, like I said, with the first mission to when you reunite, to when you unite with the squad to when you're on your final mission of the official game, officially 3 years into the War of the Clone Wars, or the Clone War. And yeah, like I mentioned, yeah, the story is just absolutely awesome. First mission takes place day 0, seriously in like the first hour of the war, like as it officially starts. And also, the final mission gives us a little teaser into Star Wars Revenge of the Sith because, fun fact, when the game released, it did release February of 2005, officially just 3 months before the movie would officially release in May 2005 for Revenge of the Sith. So that game gave us a little teaser of things to come. If you guys know the locations that the story takes place in, let me know in the comments if you know, because I'm not going to spoil any of the story or the game. And yeah, I mean, if you guys have played the game, yeah, great. It's just an incredible Star Wars game, and definitely it definitely deserves a sequel. Over 20 years old, the developers at LucasArts said, I mean, obviously, when they made the game, they wanted to make a sequel, and that's why they had those ideas. But I do think if the sales projections for the game were way higher than they were back in 2005, then we maybe would have gotten a sequel of either Imperial or Rebel Commando. Either story I think would have been awesome, or converging like those stories like into one story, focusing on the Empire and the emerging rebellion and what the Commandos would do in that situation. Also with Order 66. And yeah, it's just it's a Star Wars game that's definitely worth your time. I think for me, like, because first time I played it was a Star Wars game that I've been wanting to play for a couple years now, and then finally got to playing it, and I was just like completely in the story and in with the characters. Like, they were just, the story is that good, the characters were that good. Like I said, Scorch 1262, he is my favorite, and the reason is just because he's so funny, so chill, he's so relaxed. He makes jokes even in the heat of battle, and yeah, he was the best part of the squad and maybe of the entire game. And yeah, for the game, for me, it was just awesome, and it's definitely it's a challenging game. Like, it's a hardcore game. Like, definitely, I mean, it's a Star Wars game, most because I think it's gritty. It's most because it's geared toward I think it's geared more toward adults because it's that gritty. Like there's spurts of blood in there from the Geonosians you have to kill, the Trandoshan's you fight, some of the droids or some of the moves that you do against defeating enemies like droids, super bad droids, which are nightmares in that game. Oh my gosh. It takes like 3 magazine clips from your main DC 17 and repeating blaster rifle to just take one down, and they'll still come charging at you. It's insane. So, yeah, the game it's gritty, it's hard, it's it's just still an overall great game. This is why I highly recommend playing that game. Sure, it's over 20 years old, but it is definitely worth it still playing it today. And honestly, even over 20 years later, being released in 2005, when I played it, I think it still looked really good. Even if some of it does look dated, I didn't think at all it looked dated. I still think it looked very, very good. And obviously, you could tell it looked like it was made in 2005, but it's definitely it didn't really look like it aged at all in my opinion. Like it still looks good to where it is if you're going to play it today, either on Xbox, PlayStation, or like PC. And that's another reason why the game is alive because on PC people have been just modding the game either to just improve the graphic look of the game or giving it an actual sequel that the developers never could to the game, things like that, or just quality of life fixes, like I said, higher resolution and improving the graphics. And yeah, Republic Commando, yeah, it's definitely a Star Wars game that's totally worth it, even if it can be frustrating at times. And oh my gosh, some of the missions, oh, they were just a pain, but the entire game and the story was just worth it in my opinion, even if it took so long to complete. You can't definitely speed run through the game. I think for me it definitely took maybe 9-10 hours to complete in total for the game, or maybe a little bit longer than that. So yeah, that's Republic Commando, and that's why the game is completely worth it, even to play it over 20 years later in today in 2026. So I would highly recommend playing it. And also, before I go, if you are going to end up playing the game, this will definitely help you out. Uh, One, if you need to heal up your squad, there's obviously back to stations all over the battlegrounds and fields, and the game works and kind of like split up sections and stuff. And of course, enemies are varied and always keep things interesting, so you never know what's coming. And obviously, like I said, there's back to stations all over, so you can heal up yourself and your squad mates, and they'll heal you if you go down. So it's not like you're playing. It's not like you're playing the game as a one person. As a single player, it feels like you're playing a multiplayer game, even though you're not. But the squad will still have your back with their weaponry, their protection of you, and with their sense of humor. So, and yeah, that's what I wanted to say about that. And also another thing to help you out with the game if you are going to be playing it. There's squad orders and commands you can use with the squad, like, "Hey, you guys need to heal up," or like, "Give me some cover," or like, "Start sniping," or shoot grenade launchers or anti-armor attachments, or "Man this turret," or like something like that. Or you can use squad orders like this: "Search and destroy," which makes Delta Squad advance on the enemy and form a position around them, or "Secure area," which makes the Deltas secure and set traps all over a specific area, or "Form up," which makes the squad form up and provide cover around you and the rest of the squad, and "Cancel," which pretty much just means cancel whatever order or maneuver that you're doing. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say about Star Wars Republic Commando, and like I mentioned, it is a Star Wars game that is definitely worth playing even today, over 20 years later. So let me know if any of you guys end up playing the game, or if you have played it. What did you guys think of it? Let me know in the comments, and Delta Squad forming up. See you on the battlefield.